Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Right then, day 18 on the Courier Exchange. It's a Monday. So a couple of bits happened on the Sunday. I didn't work at all on Saturday. I don't even think I bid on anything. Sometimes I do, but no, I didn't. I had a day off on Saturday. Quite cool. Now Sunday was the girls' World Cup final. England were playing Spain, and there was jobs coming on the Sunday. I'll give you an example. So there's one of them, and it's a company out of Durham, a shipper out of Durham, and it was one going to Peterhead, and it had to be there for like 8 AM or something like that. So you had to pick it up that night at 6:30. Oh, no, sorry, the morning that one. You had to pick it up at 11 o'clock, which is when the football was kicking off, and have it up there as an ASAP. So you're going to be stuck in Peterhead, you know. Again, it would be a hotel for me. I'm not going to get back down the road from Peterhead. It's too long a trip. But it's a Sunday. So I thought, sorry, I'm going to bid. And I bid £1.10 a mile. It sat there all day. So this must have been on the Saturday. It just sat there all day and all night. And then it cancelled. So I don't know what they were hoping to get for fucking, you know, travelling on a Sunday. Anyway, the same firm then put 2 jobs on the Sunday for the Monday morning. One of them was Plymouth, which was like a 6.5 hour drive. But you had to pick up at 6:30 on the Sunday to drop off at 8 o'clock on the Monday. So again, in my head, that's kind of out of hours shit. But I didn't bid in it. That was just ridiculous. Picking up at 6:30 to get there for 8 o'clock when do you think you're going to sleep? I just didn't get it. And there was another one going to Romford or something like that. Same kind of thing. Pick up 6:30. There was obviously a wagon coming in that had bits on that need to go down south, you know. That's the way I understood it in my head. But again, it was Romford, like right next to Dartford. You know, it's going to be. I've done that. It wasn't a good experience. So I didn't bother bidding on them. I just let them slide through. In the end, I'm not sure if they cancelled or not. They were there forever. So I pretty much didn't have any work for Monday morning. A job come on. Courier out of North Shields. I've got a mark on me dash. Courier out of North Shields, who I've done work for before. They had a job going to Glasgow, pick up that night, and then go down, drop it off for 8 o'clock, which is where I am now. So it was a bit of an early start. I'm useless. I like to be there early. This is a time job. It's got to be here for 8 o'clock for an engineer for Nando's. So I'm in East Kilbride. So the idea was I would set my alarm for 4. I'd leave at 4:30. I'd get across plenty of time. None of that happened. I couldn't sleep properly, so I think I was up at 3. Had a coffee, got showered and everything, and then I'm here early. I'm an hour early, but I found the place. It looks kind of weird and closed up. I've got no telephone number for the engineer, so I'll wait until the kind of building opens. My concern is this place is called The Hub. Now I can see a couple of fat lasses kicking about like they must have been to the gym. So I'm guessing that's open, but the Hub itself has got different things inside it, and it says 9 o'clock. So I'm hoping to either spot his van, otherwise I'll be, to be fair, that lass is not fat. She obviously works out in the gym. Yeah, so no idea how we get in touch with this fucking engineer. But I'm in Scotland. I charged £1 a mile. And I got it straight away. It's a courier company. And like I say, I've done work for before. They have got 20 vans. They've got class 1s sitting in the yard. They've got class 2 sitting in the yard trucks. I just think there must be shorter drivers because I've done a job for them to Carlisle. So weird. I just don't know if they've got people to drive the vans. But I put £1 in. It's reasonable. Glasgow to me is a lovely drive. A69 across and then up the M74, whatever they call it, the motorway. I don't mind that drive at all. I've literally used like 1/8 of a tank of fuel or whatever. It's probably costing less than a tenner to get here. I like it up here. I'm kind of turning into a Scottish expert, you know. I don't mind the Scotland runs, keeping away from the cities. So I'm hoping to get a day here. I did last time when I was in Glasgow. I managed to get some graft. I don't want to be in the city centre. I got screwed over by a shipper doing a bloody job out at Socky Hall Street or something. So I'll be interested to see what the day brings. I still enjoy it because you never know what you're going to get, what jobs on there. I put down my future journey. Now it'll show up because I'm here anyway. But I don't want to bid on any work because I don't think this is going to be a straightforward drop. Trying to find this kid. But I'll update you later on. So there you go. It's a Monday morning and I'm in East Kilbride at a place called The Hub. Auf Wiedersehen for now. I'll be back. Turn my engine off here. I'll finish off day 18. If you watch the other videos by now, you'll realise I am useless. I kind of just get busy and get on and then sort out. So, finish off day 18. If you remember, I had the run up to Scotland, £1 a mile, looking for an engineer for Nando's. In the end, 10 to 8, I took my box on my... I'd done a little scout beforehand. So found the Nando's, found the toilet. The hub was open, as in the building was open, but there was nothing, no staff there. So 10 to 8, it goes down, sees people going to Nando's, like workers, just knocks on the door. This is for an engineer, sign there, job's a good one. I then get a job. Job comes on Glasgow, and it was 4 drops. So technically not multi-drop, as in 100 drops, but fucking pretty much. And it was 1 in Glasgow, 2 in Perth, sorry, 1 in Perth, 2 in Dundee. So the mileage was like, whatever it was, 80 mile. I put in for £100 and got it. And it was running out of one company. I think they were like electrical or pumps or something like that. And I was just dropping off to different sites. The last drop was the Spa, and it was for a fridge, and an engineer was coming. There was a little construction site that was really hard to find, but pretty straightforward. Nice, easy, £100. So I'm finished. I'm in Dundee. Job comes on Dundee to Aberdeen. Now, I've kind of got different policies in my head. I change them all the fucking time. But I bid like 85 pence a mile because I was heading further north, you know, I wasn't heading home. So I put a reasonable rate on it, what I think's reasonable. And ran up the road to Aberdeen. Again, sweet, straight there. On the way, I'd put my future journey down as Aberdeen. And on the way, excuse me, job come up. And it was tight for times. It was something like 2:15 that we picked up for. And I was due to get there for past. So I put a note on, you know, what I normally put on, and then just added on. I'm tipping in Aberdeen at 2:25. We'll head straight across after that. So the guy rings us, and he was like, you know, you have to pick up from this place, and then you're going to go down to the port of Dundee, straight to an oil rig. After ringing this Joe on the way and all this kind of stuff. And I'd done it cheap as chips because I was heading south. So I think I put on 65 pence a mile or something like that. It was 50 quid. It was 50 quid on the way back down the road. And I thought that'll pay for my fuel to get us home. If nothing else comes, I was prepared to stay out. So anyway, I goes to the address that he'd given us. You know, if you use the CX, you know what it's like. The address is there. Tootles up, finds the sign of the place, whatever it was called, ABC. And it looked shut, and it had like fucking metal barriers and all this kind of bollocks. Anyway, so I'm not shy. I went next door. There's a factory. I said, what's happening with the ABC next door? He went, oh, they moved here months ago. All right, no bother. So he rings the shipper. Listen, pal, you know, the address he gave us, it's out of date. The firm's moved. Can you find the new address? Sure enough, it was 10 minutes up the road. And the lad was like, oh, you know, just tell us how much I owe you. I'm like, no, mate, listen, mistakes happen. It's fine. I couldn't give a shit. You know, it's 10 minutes away. I'm still happy we're getting 50 quid to run back down to Dundee. Picked up, was like a big pump thing. And some bits and bobs. For the oil rig. So I heads down the road. Gets to Dundee. Gets onto the port. Security guard. Yeah, can and see Heather. You know, everybody knows everybody. Heather rings this Joe lad, because I tried, it wasn't the answer. And I literally took it right to the side of the oil rig. I was literally like touching distance from it. They had a basket on the side of the dock, loaded everything in the basket, and eventually somebody comes with a crane or whatever and lifts it up into the oil rig. So that was it, done and dusted. Went back, there was nothing on the feed. I went to fuel up, so I fueled the motor. I was fully fueled. I'd spoke to the missus, and I was literally, in my head, I was like, I'm going to find somewhere for a Chinese takeaway, and I'll crash in the back of the van. I checked prices in Perth on the booking.com thing for the hotels. It was like £120. I'd managed to toot across there, so I'd crossed the T and I was on the Perth side. I'm not paying 120 quid. I've grafted all day for that. You know, anyway. I'll crash in the back of the van. Really didn't fancy it because it flattens us for 2 days. But I was prepared to it. And then I worked it out with like the mileage and that, and I was still fresh. It was only like tea time-ish. So I'll tootle home. I'll leave everything on. If I pick a job up, I pick a job up. If I don't, I did it. And anyway, I end up tootling home. Had a Chinese and a glass of wine. So that was it. So I knew Tuesday. I was obviously having a lie and I did a doctor's appointment and stuff like that. So that my wife managed to get at 8 o'clock that morning. So it was cool because I was thinking about having it off, but I was going to have a late start anyway. I had 2 glasses of wine, so I didn't want to take a chance. So that was it. That was day 18. So I done pretty well. I think, you know, it was 350 odd quid for the day. I obviously fueled, and then I tootled home as well. So a quarter of a tank back down. So yeah, I know some of you guys, you know, wear and tear, yada yada. I was happy with that. It would have cost us, and I would have stayed in the hotel if it was one for 40 quid or 35 quid or whatever. I would have stopped. And if I was tired or anything, I would have crashed in the back of the van if I had to. But I've got the ideal world. I'd go home, I'd go to sleep, got some personal stuff out of the way with the docs and things, just back issues. I've always had them, but they're trying to progress us to get a bloody scan. But anyway, doesn't stop us staying out. So there you go, sorted. Now I'll update day 19. Same t-shirt, all that bollocks. Auf Wiedersehen.